Hey up to games, back with another video, and today I'm unboxing the PlayStation Classic Mini. And what I also am going to be doing is I'm going to be modding it, and let's put on some additional games. Let's see if we can get the best picture quality out of the PlayStation Classic. Guys, as always, before we start, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. It supports my channel and it helps my channel grow. Yeah, look, so let's just unbox this, get into it and see what we got. That is the Classic Mini. Let's take a look at the back. Hard to see now, folks, but there is 20 games included. Okay, so let's unbox this. And what have we got inside? Okay, so we got instruction manual. Leave that there. We've got the console itself. Functions do yet. Let's just have a look. I assume power on, as in power, reset, load, reset. I'm not sure what the open button does. We'll check it out shortly. We've got two controller ports, USB ports in the front with the two controllers. And what have we got at the back? We got USB-C for power, and we have HDMI out for video connection. So that's the unit. Okay, what have we got? We got, as I said, USB-C. We've got USB-C for power. We have HDMI for the video output. We have two controllers. I'll take one out of the packaging and I'll leave the other one in it. Okay, so that's the controller. The D-pad's very, very good. What I will say is just it's a little bit lighter, but again, the buttons feel good. Triggers feel good. And the D-pad. The only thing you don't have here, there's no analogs on these controllers, so it's D-pad only. Now, I'm not sure how that's going to impact games which came out in the latter end of the PS1's life cycle, but anyway. So guys, what I wanted to do first is just to show you the OG, I suppose, the original boot sequence and just the main menu before we move in straight away and we're going to mod this. This is the system as by default before we've modified the console. So let's get straight in. Let's go through a step-by-step process of how we're going to mod this. So what you want to do first, guys, is search Project Ares in Google search engine or whatever you want. Go to this URL address and download the Project Ares version 1.0. What you need to do next is extract the files. I use WinRAR or something like that. You can use WinZip, whatever you want. So extract that to a temporary folder on the desktop or something. And then what you're going to need to do is you need one USB device, maybe a 8 to 16 gig USB device will do. And you're going to want to format that to FAT32. You can select default file allocation size, that's okay. But the most critical point of this is you need to label the USB as Sony, all caps. So once that's done, copy all the files in as shown here. And then once the files are copied, plug that USB out of your PC and plug it into your PS1 Classic in controller port 2. You can also plug the main controller into controller point 1, and also don't plug power into the device until you have the USB in first. Then what you can do is power up the PlayStation, and what happens next is basically an automated process will happen. It's going to start taking some backups of the file systems, the internal kernel of the device itself, and then it's going to modify the console, and this does it all in one sweep. So for the purpose of this video, I've sped it up, obviously, but it actually takes about 5 or 10 minutes. So don't be impatient. Let it do its thing, give it its time, and eventually it will complete. And once it completes, what will happen is the PS Classic will actually reboot itself again. And then what we will see is we will see a screen present itself stating that the device cannot be recognized as FAT32. And what we need to do then is we need to take the USB out of the PS1 Classic again, and we need to plug that back into the PC as we've more work to do there. Okay, next steps are to copy all the content of your USB device again, and then maybe create a folder on your desktop and call it PS1 Backup and paste the files in there. And then what you want to do then next is you're going to have to format the USB device a second time, but this time format it in exFAT, okay? Again, you can leave the default allocation size, and also again ensuring you label the USB device Sony. So format that again, and then what you want to do after this is copy the contents of the PS1 backup back onto the newly formatted USB device, and then you can go ahead and plug it back into the PS1 Classic in controller port 2. Also, sorry, I forgot to note, you need to create 2 additional folders. One should be called Games and the other one should be called Transfer. So you've 2 folders, Games and Transfer, additional to that of the original file structure. Then, as I said, go ahead, plug it into USB port 2 on your PS Classic, and here we go, Project Iris loads. So you can change some default settings if you wish. I enabled auto boot at the very start of that by hitting triangle, and then there's some other ones there you can enable, which is Bluetooth support, network support if you wish. You need a Bluetooth adapter for that. I haven't tested that out yet. And basically, when you're happy with the settings you want, you can hit save and reset, and again your PS1 Classic will reboot at another time, but therefore saving the settings that you've changed in the main menu. So that'll do, it'll overwrite the settings and shut down the console and it'll reboot. And now you can see I've added a couple of additional games here. When you're adding games, you need to drag the games ISOs or game bin files into the transfer location on your USB device, just to be clear. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to test some games and change the video settings and get the best picture quality. I'm actually picking a stock game here, so it's Tekken 3. So what you want to do as soon as the game loads up, you're going to want to hit both the select and the triangle button on the controller, and that will bring up an emulation menu. And then next what you want to do is you want to go to the PSX menu, and then you go down to options and then go down to the display menu. And within the display menu, what you want to do is just change the software filter to scale 2x, which increases the pixel count. And what you want to do also is turn off frame skip. Now also what you can do is, again, this is game specific and some games run a bit slower or they don't run properly. But you can go into GPU plugin setting as well, as I've done there in the menu. And you can go turn on enhanced resolution and enhanced resolution speed hack. Again, your results with that will vary, but it does improve the picture quality. And again, it depends on the game. But I went with these settings, and then you save them. You can save them to globally, or you can save them individually to the game. And in this case, I've just saved them individually to the game. And as I said, it improves both the visual quality and the frame rate output, and it doesn't skip any frames, which to me looks much smoother than the default. Anyway, that's it from me from another video, guys. This one took a while to compile, so again, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. I invested a lot of work in this video. Hope you get some use out of it, and as always, see you in the next one.